So for today, we're going to be doing a little bit of a Mario Party tier list. So if you guys have seen those Mario Party or those like videos on YouTube often where they're like, what your favorite X character says about you. Not Twitter X, but you know what I mean. What your favorite character in this series says about you. We're going to be doing something that is kind of similar, but instead, what we're going to be doing is a tier list of Mario Party characters, baby. Woo! All right, yeah. So, we have a list of Mario Party characters, and we're not ranking them based on competitive viability or any kind of like real criteria. What I'm ranking these characters on is how much do I trust you if you main this Mario Party character. So I've got every character from every game in the series that has been playable, and we've got a few different tiers here. Are you recording for a short? LOL. Yes, Banjory, be cool, man, be cool. I'm recording. Yes, I am hoping to upload this as like a little snippet later on like maybe a second channel. Yeah, so we're gonna be ranking these characters based on how much I trust you if you play it, like what the people who play as these characters. So in the top tier here, we've got emergency contact. If you play this character, I trust you with my life. I trust you to put you down as an emergency contact on my resume, on my job applications. Silly goofy guy. If you play this character, you're a silly goofy guy. You're usually just having fun, you know, being like you're playing. I'm not really scared of you, not because you're not like good at the game, but just because you're hanging out, you're chilling, you're a silly goofy guy. Uses genie lamp with no coins. Now, if you do play a character that falls into this tier, I am not scared of you because usually you're using the genie lamp with no coins. You're probably like you're probably making suboptimal plays. So if your character goes into here, that's what that tier means. Wild card essentially is a 50-50. If you play as this character, either you're trustworthy or you could turn on somebody at any time, and that can be within the same game. So like it's somebody who is likely to turn on somebody else like mid game, basically. Tass is somebody who is like people who play this character are super skilled. They look into the code. They're super good at playing this character. Usually they're the person you got to look out for in mini games in particular. Boo's loyal customer is somebody who is strategic, but they still play with like kind of an emphasis on stealing and stopping their opponents from gaining. And then Enron CEO is somebody who is just committing fraud for fun. You're landing on chance time just for fun. You are hitting random at Boo and Lakitu in Super Mario Party. So before we get into this tier list, I do just want to say, like, obviously, I feel like I probably don't have to say this, but just to be sure, this tier list is all in fun. I'm not trying to make any kind of legitimate judgments on anybody. This is just more of a joking, silly, goofy manner. But so we shouldn't say anything incriminating right now. No, you're going to YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. All right, so kicking things off, and we're not going to go in a super particular order. Going to kind of go in order, a chronological order of the order that these characters were added to the series. So, beginning with Mario here, our main man Mario. So Mario players, I will say, if you're playing like the main character of like a spin-off, so like you play Crash and Crash Team Racing, or you play as Mario, I feel like you are absolutely a wild card. You're either you're either like, just here to have fun. This is like your first time playing Mario Party, or, you're just hanging out with friends, or you're evil and you want to just look unassuming, but then steal people's stars with no warning. Um, However, in contrast, Luigi, if you play Tiny Squish Beauty Cars, that was a great impression, right? Activision should hire me for that role. So, on the contrary, Luigi, if you play as Luigi, I think generally you're just kind of a silly, goofy guy. You know what I mean? Like if you play Luigi, you like yeah, as Speedstar points out, you win by doing absolutely nothing. If you do, like the Luigi CPU in in Mario Party 2 especially, like only gets like skeleton keys. So, and I don't think he has a plan for those skeleton keys. I don't think he knows what he wants to do with those skeleton keys. He's just buying them for like a rainy day. He's stockpiling toilet paper, and he has a bidet at home. Like he has no reason to be stockpiling toilet paper. He just does it. So if you play as Luigi, you're a silly, goofy guy. You're having fun. Uh, Mario is a brother-in-law ass pig. That's true, Chozo Matt. Playing Luigi is playing Mario, but being very original. Yeah, it's like Luigi is for the silly guys who like want to play like a Mario brother, but don't just want to be like Mario. It's like whatever, you know. Yo, what's up, Matthew Smart? Glad you could join. Literally, my friend Desto. Glad I made it in time for the Shy Guy ranking. Oh, buddy, it's gonna be a time and a half here. Let me tell you. Um, so next up, we've got Peach. So Peach players. I generally think that Peach players are wild cards. Peach players, I think, are often they're either like somebody who is trying to be pretty pretty like just kind of have trying to have fun. He's trying to hang out. They're trying to hang out. They're trying to have a good time, or they're trying to be unassuming and they're going to steal your stars when you're in second place, just so that way they can like beat somebody, or they're like using their poison mushroom on you, and it's like, why did you buy a poison mushroom in Mario Party 3? There's so many better items. So Peach players, generally I trust you, but a little bit more of a wild card. Um, so after Peach players, we've got Wario players. Oh man, Wario players. Here's the thing. I like Wario players. I think Wario players usually, I think they got kind of good. They got good energy. Like they're usually having a lot of fun. But Wario players are absolutely Boo's loyal customer. Wario players, I will say they're generally having fun. They're being a funny guy. It's like, wow, I'm Wario, But I have had my star stolen by many a Wario player in my tenure playing Mario Party. And so for that reason, I'm going to have to rank him as Boo's loyal customer. But if you play Wario, just know I think that you're cool, but I'm sleeping with one eye open, is all I'm saying. Mario seems like the character all moms would pick. He loves Luigi. I do love Luigi. He's just kind of like a cool guy, Emergency contact, baby. Yeah, sorry, Wario is not emergency contact. Did Leonardo da Vinci make Wario? That's what I thought. I'm always suspicious of Wario players, and that suspicion is correct. Yoshi's emergency contact material. So that brings me to Yoshi. So here's the thing. I'm going to put bias alert. Bias alert, all right? I am a Yoshi player in most Mario Party games. In most Mario Party games, I usually play as Yoshi. I have for my whole life. Yoshi he's a good guy. He's, I would say, probably I would say he's like kind of the common favorite Mario character. Like if you ask somebody what their favorite Mario character is, chances are they're probably picking Yoshi. Um, However, I think that Yoshi players typically are task play or are no, not task players. They're typically, I would say, a wild card here too. I think Yoshi players, like, you can usually trust them. Um, but Yoshi players, since especially if you're playing an older Mario Party, a lot of the other later characters on this list who are not to be trusted will often default back to Yoshi, and so that makes Yoshi very difficult to trust. Yoshi is also his item in Mario Party 7 is not phenomenal. So, like, I think in Mario Party 7, Yoshi players are generally pretty trustworthy. In Super Mario Party, his dice block is terrible. So usually in Super Mario Party, like, Yoshi players are pretty trustworthy. But in, like, some of the earlier games, you don't know what you're gonna get. And I love and it crushes me to not put Yoshi as emergency contact because I love that guy. But definitely don't always know if you can trust a Yoshi player. I can trust you. I like Yoshi, but whenever I get the chance, I choose Toadette. We will get there. We will get there. Yoshi is who I turn to when someone brings up the age-old argument of whether or not video games are art. Yoshi is he's just like the perfect example of, like, a good guy. You know, he's perfect. He's a great character design. Everybody looks at Yoshi and you either A, like, you're just like, "Oh, what a cute dinosaur," or B, you do an impression of him. So that's, like, Yoshi is a good guy, but in Mario Party, the people who play him, you never know what you're gonna get. So next, this brings me to my man Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong players, I'm gonna say this about Donkey Kong players. He is a silly, goofy guy. If you play Donkey Kong, if somebody picks Donkey Kong, I think that you usually play this game at least a little bit. Um, and you're usually having fun, and you'll steal if you have to. But Donkey Kong players are usually just like the chillest guy in the room. If you play as Donkey Kong, you're the guy that everybody, like, looks at and you're like, that dude is chill as hell. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Donkey Kong players and you're like, that guy's cool. You know what I mean? If you play Donkey Kong, I trust you. You're a silly, goofy guy. And unfortunately, you wind up having to default for to other characters in later games in the series because they got rid of him. And he is, unless if you're playing Super, but other than that, like, Donkey Kong, if you're playing an early Mario Party, especially, Donkey Kong is probably the most trustworthy player. You can trust Donkey Kong. Um, Tackle Me Elmo, you were close. I do think that Donkey Kong is close to emergency contact. He's a silly, goofy guy. I'm actually going to order these tiers. So I'm going to put Peach as in Wild Card because I think higher up in Wild Card because I think she's a little bit more trustworthy. But yeah, now that is emergency contact. DK is for guys who have like to have a huge hitbox. You know what's funny? I I would love to see if somebody could prove me either right or wrong with, like, some hitbox data or something, if there's any Mario Party modders watching. But I'm pretty sure that all characters in Mario Party have the same hitbox. But however, if you play as DK, it's a bit of a disadvantage because his hitbox is so disjointed from his model. So, like, it'll look like you should land on things or hit something when you won't because his hitbox looks different. It's very strange. But again, I could be wrong on that. I would love to be proved wrong. But I'm pretty sure that everybody's hitbox is the same. But yeah, if there's any Mario Party researchers out there, hit my line. Let me know if that is fact or crap. Gosh, I hate when Donkey Kong is the single player in goal. It's like, that's one where it's really disjointing playing as Donkey Kong, I feel like. But again, you know, if you're playing Donkey Kong, you're a silly, goofy guy, you're having fun. So next up, we've got Daisy. Okay. So Daisy is, there's a big debate lots of times about if Daisy is better than Peach or whatever, I'm not looking to take any sides here. But Daisy players, I think, have pretty good vibes, generally speaking. But usually, I think if somebody plays Daisy, um, they're a Mario Party aficionado. If you play Daisy, I think I'm putting you in TAS. Because I think that you usually play pretty strategic. You're usually pretty knowledgeable about the mini games. Daisy is one of those characters that I feel like people who are good at the game kind of tend to gravitate towards. And usually if there's somebody who's playing as Daisy, I'm usually kind of like, this guy plays this game. You know what I'm saying? And for that reason, I don't super trust you because I think you will get in my way. But you won't do it. You won't go out of your way to get in my way. But yeah, generally Daisy players, good vibes, but I'm probably jumping you first in the final countdown in Mario Party 7. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water there. Well, it's not water. It's actually a soda or a vodka soda, but don't tell anybody that. You know? But we got to remember what Daisy did to Bowser in Mario Party 3. Oh, just wait for this next one. Daisy not top tier, unsubscribe. I'm sorry, Spid Dash. I'm sorry. People always try to ban using golden pipes when you play Daisy. Got out of his voice. So, all right. This next one, I'm sorry in advance. Waluigi. So there is Waluigi fans are pretty vocal. There's a lot of talk about Waluigi in the Smash scene. There's a lot of people who, if you like Waluigi, you really like Waluigi. And if you don't like Waluigi, you hate Waluigi and you want to see him die, basically. If you I'm telling you, if there's nobody, I'm convinced that there is nobody who's Waluigi agnostic. There's nobody who looks at Waluigi and is like, he's all right, whatever, I don't care. Purple Luigi, who cares? You're either like, oh, dude, I love him, put him in Smash, he's the best character. Why? Please play Psychic Waluigi, and then or Psycho Waluigi, whatever that game is called. And then there's also people who are like, I hate him. I want to see him get arrested for tax fraud. You can't look at Waluigi and not be radicalized, you know? So me personally, I hate Waluigi. I am in the same camp. I have never understood why people like Waluigi more than Wario. And Waluigi players, I feel like always give off the I'm gonna steal your star or I'm gonna steal coins from you for no discernible reason. Waluigi players are the sort of guy who intentionally tries to buy plunder chests or the snag bag or whatever just to steal items. And it's like, dude, that's not even a good play. It doesn't even help you. All you are is just being annoying and making the game less fun. That is Waluigi players, 100%. And everybody who plays Waluigi, I love ya. I'm sure you're a great guy, but you got terrible taste in Mario Party characters. Waluigi absolutely would be the Enron CEO, 100%. Base alert. I'm glad I'm in a safe space for my Waluigi hatred. And if there's any Waluigi fans out there, look, I hope he gets added to Smash for you guys. I got my character, I got Villager, I'm happy, but I cannot stand his purple ass. So no, stamina loss, Enron is not good. If you're not familiar with Enron, They were a company that was found to be committing massive fraud. And that I feel like just envelops everything that Waluigi is about. Uh, so yeah, I do not trust you if you play Waluigi. So next up, so we didn't have any new characters added in Mario Party 4. So next up we have Toad, who is added in Mario Party 5. So Toad players generally, I think, kind of have a tendency to use the genie lamp with no coins. In Mario Party 5 in particular. Because he is just kind of a silly little dude. You know, he's not doing too much, right or wrong. However, in Mario Party 7, Toad's item is the best item in the game. Or the second best item in the game behind Dry Bones and Booze, actually. But it's like right up there. It's like basically tied. So Toad, I am putting him in uses Genie Lamp with no coins for Mario Party 5, but I'm going to stick him in tasks permanently for Mario Parties 7 and beyond, because I feel like people who play Toad want to come across as unassuming in those games and then just absolutely wallop everybody that they play against 100%. And for that reason, too, I... Oops, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I generally think Toad players are good at the video game because you probably know his item and you therefore get attached to him, and you generally, I think, will be good secretly. Waluigi probably sells NFTs in his free time. Waluigi's the type to scam his like followers with like a rug pull coin. 100%. Waluigi wouldn't know how to scam the IRS. Toad was always meant to be an NPC. If you want to play it on purpose, something's wrong. You see, Toad, I think, is like one of those characters where like there's just a lot of people that resonate with Toad, and it's hard to pin down exactly like the reasons that everybody loves Toad. Besides, like, it's just like he's kind of silly. But I think people who play as Toad, I'm scared of you in the mini games for sure. Yeah, it is the voice. Toad is another one of those characters where people try to do like an impression. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to blow your eardrums out. All right, so next up, we've got Koopa Kid. My man, Koopa Kid. So only playable Mario Parties 5 through 7, replaced in Mario Party 8 Beyond, or like gone from Mario Party 8 and beyond, just gone in general. They Thanos snapped him out of existence, like since 7. Oh yeah, no, he's not playable in 7, or sorry, so just 5 and 6, which makes him even more elusive. My bad. But yeah, he's just like kind of an elusive little guy. He's kind of like goofy. He's kind of like weird. It's like they had Bowser Jr. in existence at this time because Mario Sunshine like was also on the GameCube. And Baby Bowser was also a character since Yoshi's Island, but they decided to create a new one, Koopa Kid. And honestly, if you play Koopa Kid, I know he's like evil and he's supposed to look menacing, but personally, I think that Koopa Kid players are super trustworthy. If you're a Koopa Kid, if you choose Koopa Kid, I just know that you're here for a good time. You're here to have fun, and you probably miss him, and you're not looking to have Koopa Kid do anything wrong because you want him to be brought back. Bring Koopa Kid back, ND Cube. Please, if you want goodwill with the Mario Party fandom, like, here's some free PR. Bring Koopa Kid back. We want him. We miss him. Let him come home. We at least give him a space. Give him a space. You could give him a little space where he can be like, rawr, I'm gonna take your money, you son of a bitch. Just please bring him back. We miss him. He's such a good character. But yeah, if you play Koopa Kid, I trust you with my life. I think you're usually a good guy. You'll get the occasional Koopa Kid bad egg, but I think generally speaking, Koopa Kids are very reliable players. Bowser Jr. wishes he could be him. That is facts. That is facts, and we'll get to Bowser Jr. Um, Koopa Kid was done dirty and died in Mario Party 8. Man, rest in peace. Only lived for 2 years. I miss him, man. Like, I always wished, and there's like remnants of the code in Mario Parties 5 and 6 where you can play as like the different variants of Koopa Kid. I always wish that you could unlock like the variants, like the green, red, and blue variants of Koopa Kid, like as like playable skins or characters. But they just never did that, and it's a bummer. But nah, one of my best friends plays Koopa Kids, and she's sneaky as heck. Yeah, she's probably one of those outliers. But you know, she is to be trusted, at least in my book. Common Mark W, thank you. Um, yeah, Koopa Kid. I understand if people don't like him, but I love him. I think he's a good guy. All right, so Mario Party 6 introduced the character of Toadette. So Toadette players, you're. I think that Toadette players generally are alongside Toad players in the task category. Oh, what about Boo? Oh, thank you, Banjori. I'm stupid. Okay, Boo. So Boo, we'll do Boo first. Boo players, if you play Boo, I know that Boo has what I would argue is the best item in Mario Party 7. But I have a real affinity, and I think a lot of people understand the silliness of like the floating characters in Mario Party. Like there is something that's no Banjori, you're all good. I appreciate you let me know. Boo is like a hovering character, and I have a real affinity for the hovering characters. I think that they're just like it's always so funny when like you're playing like the tightrope treachery in Mario Party 8, and like Boo is like hovering and then he'll just fall like for no reason. It's so funny. I love him. So for that reason, I think that Boo players are in silly, goofy guy. I think that if you play Boo, you're usually just kind of a silly guy, and you're playing him because you want to see like how goofy it is that like a character will float. So yeah, Boo definitely a good guy by my book. Although he kind of stretches to task category because his item in Mario Party 7 is really good, and his dice block in Super Mario Party is really good. Okay, so now we'll go to Toadette. Toadette for me is right up there with Toad in TAS. Toadette players are sneaky too. Like Toadette is like such a innocent looking character. Toadette is like, another one of those characters with like the voice is just goaded. People love like doing an impersonation of Toadette before they like roll. And like her voice in Mario Party 6 in particular is so funny because she sounds like almost lazy. Like she's like, "Woohoo! I'm a winner." It's like so funny. I love it. But Toadette players are sneaky. They are very good. Do not trust them. They will stomp you in the minigames for no reason. So Toadette players definitely put you in TAS. So next up, we have, let's go to Dry Bones, since we've already ranked Boo. Dry Bones players, I am going to put in Boo's loyal customer. Dry Bones, if you play Dry Bones, like firstly you have the Magic Orb, which is like a really really good item in Mario Party 7. So I know that you're playing to win here. And then there's just something about Dry Bones players that is menacing. It's like the second their dice block is also pretty good in Super Mario Party because it's like a 50-50. But I generally like Dry Bones players. I am skeptical of you if you play Dry Bones. Like the moment you step foot in Boo's tent or Lakitu's cloud, I am like pleading my case 100%. So definitely putting Dry Bones there. Next up, we've got Birdo. So Birdo players, she Birdo players, she's not in a ton of the like super strategic Mario Party games outside of 7 and 8. Because you can't play her in DS. Um, and you can play her in like 9 and 10. Um, but Birdo, generally speaking, I think is a uses genie lamp with no coins player. I'm not too scared of Birdo players. Oh yeah, Birdo isn't in 10, that's right. But yeah, Birdo players generally I'm not too scared of you. I think you're just kind of along for the ride, and usually if somebody picks Yoshi, you're picking Birdo. She's pretty trustworthy, I would generally say. Um, so next up, we have the characters introduced in Mario Party 8, which is Blooper and Hammer Bro. Um, so Blooper, Blooper is another one of those silly, goofy guy characters. Love Blooper. He's super fun. Like he's a super silly character. It's crazy to me that he's only in one game. It's crazy to me that he is only in Mario Party 8. Um, because I think that players who play as Blooper, I trust you with my life. I trust you as my Uber driver. I trust you to drive me home. Blooper is a fantastic character. If you play him, you're cool, you're chill, you're hanging out. I love Blooper players. Definitely, I'm putting you down as my emergency contact. Um, but so alongside Blooper in Mario Party 8 is Hammer Bro. So Hammer Bro players, I definitely trust you a whole lot less than I trust Blooper players. In fact, I would say that Hammer Bros are kind of in Boo's loyal customer. Hammer Bros, I feel like, are like dumping a ton of money into your hotel just to make you like just to like grief you. Hammer Bro players are like definitely like using blowaway candies for fun for no reason. They're using blowaway candies at the start of Goomba's Booty Boardwalk like just to mess with you. Um, I love that Hammer Bro's in, and I actually kind of swap between Blooper and or Yoshi and Hammer Bro in Mario Party 8. But Hammer Bro is I generally he that guy is constantly raiding your pockets for sure. Apologies, I'm taking a bite of my sandwich. So next up we have uh my main man, Shy Guy. And I know that Matthew Smart is in here, and he's a big Shy guy. So look, I'm not looking to ruffle any feathers here. All right, Shy Guy, he's going to straight into emergency contact. Shy Guy is the ultimate emergency contact character. Shy Guy, if you play Shy Guy, you are the most trustworthy out of any person in that plays Mario Party. Point blank. Period. Shy Guy is the best guy. His dice block is very good in Super Mario Party, but Shy Guy he's a silly, goofy character. He's only in a few games, but every game he's in, he lights up the room. Shy Guy is perfect. Bring him back to Mario Party Superstars. Shy Guy is amazing. Um, Oh yes, and as CBG Plays points out, Shy Guy boards are also really good. Generally speaking, I love like Shy Guy's Jungle Jam is the best board in Mario Party 4. And I love the little Indiana Jones outfit they give him. He's such a good guy, and I really hope that we get more Shy Guy in the future. Um, on the contrary, uh, Kamek players, or is it Kamek? Kamek? I'm saying Kamek, and you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And subscribe while you're down there. um, Kamek. So Kamek players, I can't lie. Kamek players are not Kamek. I like Kamek as an enemy in Mario. I think that Kamek is a really really cool enemy. I really really like um what is the Kamek in Kamek? Yeah, maybe. Like Kamek in Super Mario Galaxy. Is her name Camilla or is it? I can't remember. But that's like a really cool character design. I think Kamek is a really or Kamek is a really really cool character. However, if you play as Kamek in Mario Party, you're an Enron CEO. I do not trust you. If you are playing as Kamek in Camilla, yes. If you play as Kamek in Mario Party or Kamek in Mario Party, I do not trust you. You are probably sending us down like bad mini star routes. You are doing everything you can just to make me suffer. You are doing everything you can just to make me suffer. You're not trying to win. You're just trying to make sure that I lose. That is my experience with comic players. As you are ultimately really really your main goal is for me to lose. So I and doubly so if you ever play against comic in Mario Superstar Baseball. Um, Mario Superstar Baseball, I like. Have you? It's, comics like special like change up pitch is like ridiculous. It like goes it crushes through the ozone layer and then comes back down. It's insane. Yeah, comic players just completely untrustworthy. Completely untrustworthy. Comic library, yeah, exactly. Case and point. That map is ass. That map is shit from a butt. That map sucks, bro. And it is the perfect emblem of playing against a comic player in Mario Party. I'm just kidding, comic players. Even if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, let's play Mario Party," and they install comic, I'm still playing with them. But you know, I'm not stuttering. Is all I'm saying. So Koopa Troopa players generally, if you play as Koopa Troopa, I think that you're cool. I think that you're a cool, kind of silly, goofy guy. I think if you play Koopa, you're just kind of hanging out. His dice block's not amazing in Super Mario Party. If you play as Koopa, I feel like you're one of those people that loves to like try to hit super impossible odds just to be able to like pop off about something. And so like every time you get the 10 with Koopa's dice block, it's like yo, you want the whole room to like erupt. Koopa Troopa, yes, stamina loss, you're spitting. Koopa Troopa is the like dad character. He's like just a cool like guy. He's along for the ride. Definitely trust Koopa Troopa players. Yes, he is like the good ending of like somebody who chooses either Koopa or Dry Bones. Um, so then I can't remember. Oh yeah, Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is playable in Mario Party Island Tour, right? I'm pretty sure he is. Um, so I'm gonna uh, rank my man Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. players. I'll tell you, man, I there is something about Bowser Jr. players that I just do not trust. And I like Bowser Jr. as a character. He was my Mario Kart Wii main until I unlocked Funky Kong, basically. Um, and then now I play as Daisy because I like Daisy way more in that game. But Bowser Jr. players, Bowser Jr. players. Okay, wait, hold up. I don't even need to say it. I think Stamina Loss said it perfect. Bowser Jr. players are the kind of hide a rock inside a snowball during a snowball fight. Exactly. Bowser Jr. players, man, there is just something about them where they just like to inflict pain. It's like those kids that will just run up and like punch you for no reason. And it's like, dude, like what was that about? It's like that kid at school that like would like twist your arm and be like, bro, does it hurt, bro?" That's Bowser Jr. players. That kid grows up to play Bowser Jr. in Mario Party. 100%. Bowser Jr. players are just like not fun. They're for no reason. I don't trust you if you play Bowser Jr. And if you play Bowser Jr., you're probably the type to throw like a 2v2 mini game for sure. So next up we have Spike. My man Spike. What is there to say about Spike that hasn't been said already? Why the hell is he in Mario Party? he was such like a weird he was such a weird character. It's like I they added him for I don't know. It's like I feel like they added him like just because they could, like to prove a point. Like he is one of those characters that they just added to. He is actually. Let me put it this way: Spike is Mario Party's Honey Queen to Mario Kart 7. Like he's the character that like is just there. He's in the game because he feels like it. Fuck you. But I will say, because like with Spike being in the game, I think that Spike players are emergency contact tier. Spike players are, I think, they love the absurdity of the fact that Spike is in this game, so they play as him because he's funny. And people who play characters because they're funny, I think, are very, very trustworthy. And let's be honest, Spike is only in Mario Party 10. And like in Mario Party 10, there's so few ways to impact your opponents that there's like nothing Spike could possibly do to hurt you. So I trust Spike players. He's a weird addition. I like that he's there. Like I have an affinity for like the why the hell is this character in this game sort of characters. Like I love Honey Queen, but he's just a silly guy. Oh, you think all the Mario characters are interesting? Well, check this shit out. Exactly. That is what Spike is like in Mario Party 10. He's just there, and his profile picture is so funny, dude. It's so good. It's so good. He got tired of being a boss. Yeah, he retired. He was tired of girl bossing, and Spike has Goomba's vibe, but without the funny design. So next up, we have Rosalina. So for the games that I don't play as Yoshi in, besides Mario Party 7, because I play as Dry Bones in Mario Party 7, I am a Rosalina secondary. Rosalina is my favorite of the Mario princesses. And I think that Rosalina is like, I'm really happy that she's become more of a staple in like the the Mario series, especially Mario Party. Like I think that it's really cool that she's in this game. And I hope that eventually we get to the point where Pauline is also in the Mario Party series, like she's also in Mario Kart. Because I think that that would be really cool, really, really cool. Just kind of deeper cut characters. I love that. Like if they were to add like just random characters like Wart into Mario Party, I would love that. But Rosalina players, I will tell you what, Rosalina players are right alongside Daisy players in TAS. I think that Rosalina players are terrifying. Like if I don't insta-lock Rosalina, I'm scared of you. I just feel like you're gonna like outmash me like immediately. There's just a feeling that I have that I'm gonna get outmashed, and it's gonna be a problem. So Rosalina, I really like her as a character. And she's definitely like a TAS sort of character, but I'm a little scared of you if you play as Rosalina. So next up we have Diddy Kong. So first introduced in, I believe it's Star Rush, or Top 100, one of those two. I know he's playable in both. Diddy Kong players, I'll be honest with you, especially because his dice block in Super Mario Party is so unbelievably ass. It's so bad. And I don't know why they did my man Diddy Kong dirty like that. Because Diddy Kong is my, like, one of my favorite Kongs. He's up there with, like, my favorites as, like my favorite Kong is Swanky Kong. My second favorite is Funky. And then I think my third favorite is Diddy. Um, and I really like Diddy. But Diddy Kong players generally, I feel like, use a genie lamp with no coins. Like, I feel like Diddy Kong players are usually like they're picking a bad character because he's like because they just kind of feel like it. I like Diddy Kong. I hope that he continues to be a Mario series mainstay because he's like weirdly absent from some games, and that's a travesty. But yeah, if you play Diddy Kong in Mario Party, I feel like you just are probably not super familiar, and somebody has already insta-locked Donkey Kong, or there is no Donkey Kong, and you're like, well, I'm playing Diddy instead. Diddy Kong is the character for people who are just here to crack open a beer and have a fun time, you know? So next up, we've got the last four characters introduced in Super Mario Party. But before we jump to that, Bro, Pauline is basically getting the Rosalina treatment, and I'm not upset about that. Me either. I really hope that we get more Pauline in more Mario spin-offs and stuff, because I think she's a cool character. She was in Mario Golf Super Rush too. I forget that, but because I don't really like that game very much, but that was really cool that she was in that game. Um, I wish. I guess before we jump to like these last four, my hope list for the next Mario Party is that they add Koopa Kid back. They add basically. My hopes is that all of these guys are mainstays in the next Mario Party. Um, but I also really hope that uh, Mario, or I hope that we get like a wacko character like we've gotten in the recent Mario sports games. Like, give me Chain Chomp or give me King Babam, preferably King Babam. Like, if you give me King Babam playable in Mario Party, I will lose my marbles. That will be the greatest day of my life. Um, I will, please, I want him in Mario Party so bad. Um, so Rosalina by this point is a mainstay. Yeah, for sure. So what you're saying is your swag levels are at 100%. Yes, Swanky Kong is goated, and I hope that more people are on that wave because he's amazing. So you're telling me your opinions on a game can change after you make a video on it? Impossible. They certainly have. That my opinions have certainly changed on Mario Golf Super Rush. Thought about revisiting it, maybe under the scope of like a um like a whole Mario Golf series retrospective, but I don't want to overcommit. Um, so basically, you want Mario Party without Mario. To clarify, I mean like obviously Luigi is going to be in the next Mario Party game. Hopefully Donkey Kong will be too, and like a lot of the mainstays will be here. I'm saying I hope that these characters especially are mainstays moving forward. I would really like for them to be in the next Mario Party. Not exclusively limiting it to these characters, obviously. So, to the characters that were introduced in Super Mario Party. Let's start off with Bowser. So, Bowser, I would argue, has the best dice block in the game. It's like a coin flip of whether you like lose some coins, which is like whatever in that game. You roll low, but you have a 50% chance of rolling really high, like an 8, 9, or 10. And that is like super good. Definitely like worth the potential like space loss. So for that reason, I think I'm between putting Bowser in either TAS or Boo's Loyal Customer. I think I'm going to put Bowser in Boo's Loyal Customer because I think that he is like players who pick him are usually pretty Mario Party literate, and they're also like I feel like very aggressive when it comes to like stealing stars and like cutting throats to get ahead. Basically, that's how I feel about Bowser. But yeah, definitely the best character in Super Mario Party in my opinion. The character specific dice blocks are pretty cool. The character specific dice blocks are really interesting. You know, I really look forward to making the Super Mario Party video because I've got a lot to say about like that game's ally system and its dice blocks and stuff. There's a lot of really interesting bits and pieces there. So I'm really interested in seeing what that like making that video. I fear that that video is going to be long when I get to it. So next up we have let's do Pom Pom. So Pom Pom is another one of those characters where it's like they added Pom Pom just to say that they did. You know what I mean? Like Pom Pom, it's like you didn't add Boom Boom, but you added Pom Pom. Like it's like why? I guess like I just don't fully get it. I don't fully get Pom Pom as inclusion in Super Mario Party. I'm not mad at it. Again, I love deep pull characters. Like, and I really hope that like future Mario parties can kind of be bold about their deep pull characters. But Pom Pom for me is kind of in the uses Genie Lamp with no coins. Uses Genie Lamp with no coins section. Like, I feel like Pom Pom players are picking her because like it's just like I guess, you know what I mean? Like, and they're usually not like they're kind of half paying attention to the game as they play, and like they're kind of just hanging out. Like Pom Pom's dice block is like mid. It's like whatever. So Pom Pom to me is like the sort of character who is just kind of along for the ride and is just kind of playing and is not trying to ruffle any feathers, but isn't actively like terrible or trying to like steal from other people. Your next retrospective videos are going to be Mario Party's worst games. Yeah. So we're down to our last two characters here. I'm going to start off with Goomba. So Goomba, gotta say, one of my favorite additions to Mario Party. Love that, like, I love every time that Goomba is playable in anything, I lose my mind because it's like, how are they going to have him do stuff with no arms? And he's like really little. He's like a little guy. So what do you do about that? And he is just perfect. I love Goomba. And for me, if you play Goomba, you know his dice block sucks. Like it's got two like +2 coins. He's got like 2+ coins in it. Like, you know his dice block is not great. But you pick him because he's funny and he straight up uses like the dice block with no hands. He like lets it just like sit on his head. Yeah, he's just a guy. And in Sluggers, like he bats with no hands, with like invisible hands. He's amazing. And if you play Goomba, you're a silly, goofy guy. I think if you play Goomba, you're along for the ride. You want to see him play the little tricycle mini game because it's funny and he's a goofy dude. He's just a great pick. If you play Goomba, like we're cracking open some Mountain Dews or we're cracking open some like vodka seltzers and we're having fun tonight. You know what I mean? Well, that sounded weird. If you play Goomba, we're cracking open a cold one and we're playing a good game of Mario Party. We're having fun. So finally, we're here to my man, my gopher. He's not a gopher. He's a mole. My man, Monty Mole. Monty Mole is such a good addition to Mario Party. He's my favorite new addition in Super. I was devastated to see that his dice block sucks Like it is, I think the worst dice block in the game is Monty Moles because it is literally just +1 coin, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is literally no reason to use it. It is so unbelievably, it is a crime. It's against the Geneva Conventions that Nintendo gave Monty Mole such a terrible dice block. It is so disappointing. But if you are despite all of that, against all odds, if you choose to play Monty Mole in Mario Party, you deserve the honors of being my emergency contact. And you are right up there with Shy Guy. Monty Mole is like the perfect goofy character. He's so good. Monty Mole is like the sort of character you're invited to dinner with my family. You're invited to my graduation. You're invited to my workplace parties. If you play Monty Mole, you are cool as hell. And I want to play Mario Party with you. Mario Party is so much more fun when you got a Monty Mole player. So definitely emergency contact material. Definitely like the sort of guy I would say, put me down on your resume and I will be a reference for you, man. Monty Mole players, you're goated. So this is my list. Take it or leave it. This is my Mario Party tier list rankings based on what I think your Mario Party main says about you. So, obviously, if you guys like disagree, that's fine. This is all in good fun. But if you do disagree, if you think I'm wrong and you think I'm stupid for putting your favorite character in Boo's Loyal Customer or Enron CEO, feel free. This is a template on Tier Maker that I will link. That I will link in the chat here momentarily, and I'll also link in the description of this video. That you can make for yourself and tweet it at me. Tweet your tier list at me. Let me know why you think I'm wrong, or why you think I'm right. Because I am really interested to see what other people would say they would rank their Mario Party mains at, because I think that like everybody's got different experiences with Mario Party. And I think it'd be really interesting. So yeah, tweet your list at me, at Mark's Rec Room on Twitter. And if you enjoyed this, like, please feel free to subscribe. And like, if you are enjoying this stream, let me know, because I might do more of these. But yeah,